Rampage is directed by Brad Payton and stars Dwayne Rock Johnson. And it's based on the 1980s, some of the 1980s video games. I actually haven't played the video games. Yeah, I haven't seen many video game-based movies. Anyways, it tells the story of Davis, who was a primatologist, and he's looked after this gorilla named George ever since he was kidnapped by poachers. But then when this science thing goes wrong, scientific thing goes wrong, it starts to affect on George and a wolf and some other monster. And then they start destroying the city, and it's up to Davis and his friends to stop George and other monsters from destroying the city and eventually also saving George. Now, when I saw the trailers of this movie, and it kind of caught me by eye, I was like, wait, is calling this a fantasy science fiction movie, yet the trailers look like it's an action film? Is it just me, or are trailers really ruining movies nowadays? Because, seriously, it actually says it's a fantasy science fiction movie, yet the trailers look like it was meant to be an action film. I mean, what? Seriously, I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense. Anyways, this movie's still fun. But I had to say, obviously I have flaws in this movie. Like, I wish that they cut down the science stuff a bit, I kind of wish I maybe that first to me half hour, was, just about the science stuff, and then, it leads on, to the action stuff and destroying the buildings, because, it's literally in the first 15-20 minutes of this movie that George is affected by the science thing, and it's not until the last, 45 minutes of the film that, it's destroying the buildings and stuff. But I still had a fun time with this movie, I don't know. I guess I was kind of expecting a little bit different, This isn't a harmless film enough, I'm sure there's probably worse video game-based movies out there. This is a passable movie. When I watch it again, I probably would. It's enjoyable. It's definitely a passable movie. When the action stuff does happen, it's kind of fun. And, I'm not saying the science stuff is boring or anything. It kind of is interesting, but let's have less of that. For a movie that's based on a video game about you being these monsters and destroy the buildings, the movie's kind of this science fiction kind of thing, you kind of get lost, I think, because it's like, really? But I think as far as video game movies go, it's harmless enough. So overall, I'm going to give Rampage a B. It's passable, it's fun, But, yeah, I kind of was expecting a little bit more out of it. But, I had a fun time with it. So, yeah, guys, movies will be good, movies will be bad, but I love them anyways. Catch you later.